Check, check. Check, check. Yeah.
You're live.
Welcome in to Nellis Hall. I'm Logan Mance alongside Tanner Glenn, and we're just trying to get set up for this matchup here tonight between Coffeyville Red Ravens and Fort Scott, the Greyhounds, as they're introducing the lineups. Coffeyville coming into the matchup 2-0, and Fort Scott Greyhounds 1-2. Coffeyville sitting at the 14th best team in the nation. And we're getting the starting lineups in. And Tanner, what do you think about the game here tonight?
You know, Logan, I'm thinking here it's a good thing we're at a college because we're about to take these boys to school. I think we're going to see a lot of intensity from the Ravens tonight. You know, I think we're going to see a lot of intensity from the Greyhounds tonight. But as always, I think the Coffeyville Red Ravens will prevail.
Coffeyville coming in again 2-0. Jay Harkelman's 23rd season. He's got 576 wins. And for Fort Scott, their head coach Michael Cook in his 10th year. So we're just about set. And like you said, Tanner, a lot of intensity here tonight. One of the things I really look at is the height matchups. And it looks like Coffeyville, with Keon Queen at 6'9", being the tallest player on the floor. And Greyhounds only have one guy to match him. Dual Ginge at 6'8", and DeMar Jones at 6'7", and Coffeyville's got a hoist of tall people. A.J. Webster at 6'8", and Cedric Rowland 6'7". So Coffeyville definitely has the height here tonight, as we'll see the lineups coming out for Fort Scott. Try and run them through. Daquan Richardson, Tyler Zen, George Cato, trying to pronounce all these right, Dontrell Sanders, and Coffeyville will go Joshua Hill, Marvin Jones, Keon Queen, Casey Benton, and TJ Washington. And we'll put 20 minutes on the clock, and Keon Queen will win the tip. Fort Scott coming in with the man-and-man. TJ Washington kicks it outside to the hoop. Nice find and a hoop to start the game. Keon Queen. So 19:30, our clock on your screen is not working here tonight. So we'll keep you updated on the time. Tyler's in. Short. Rebound, Fort Scott. And a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Moving the ball out from the perimeter. And Tyler's in up top. 5 on the shot clock. Quick jumper, that's long, and they get another rebound. And it's going to stay Fort Scott. Already 2 possessions. One from an offensive rebound, and last touch by Coffeyville.
And looking before the ball went out of bounds there, Fort Scott was doing a good job moving the ball around, trying to get the open look. Just weren't able to find it, so they tried to settle for a 3.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of ball movement here tonight, and it's got them a couple possessions. And we'll see a moving screen. And that will be on Damar Jones. So with 18:35 left, Coffeyville trying to break a press. Only bucket thus far is Keon Queen's layup. Inside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Long three. And it went off the back of the rim. Tyler's in up top. Trying to get the angle. Again, wasting a lot of time off the shot clock and working late. 5. Long three. Tyler's in. Yes. Fort Scott gets their first points from a Tyler's in three-pointer. Joshua Hill all the way to the basket. He's fouled. Damar Jones again. And you saw there Tanner kind of lowering his hands down. And that's going to be a foul every time.
Yeah, you know, a good way to draw the foul, try to get yourself to make some, you know, earn it here, make a couple points. We'll see if he can sink the second one, though, Luke.
Off on the first, and the second one rolls in for Joshua Hill. Tie game and a full court pressure from the Red Ravens, as they've known to do this after a bucket. So Fort Scott will get settled with 20 on the shot clock. Finding Tyler's in, stumbling around, now wants to shoot. That's short. Casey Bennett, or Marvin Johnson picks it up and loses it. And Tyler's in, goes to the hoop. Swatted. That is Casey Bennett. Now all the way to the hoop. And a foul.
You know, we've got to give credit to that block there. It looked like he was going to get a good pass, you know, to the middle of the free throw lane. Looked like it was going to be easy layup. Surprise.
Yeah, nice block coming from out of nowhere. And now we'll see Travis Washington get trapped in the corner. Luckily gets it away. And a long three off mark. A lot of offensive rebounds. Now going the other way for Scott.
Ooh,
Travis Washington in the passing lane. And now all the way to the hoop. Keon Queen scores it. A lot of back and forth. And Keon Queen collects it, puts it up for his 4th point here tonight. 16:20 left in the first half. And Travis Washington doing a lot of active hands early on. He had that last steal and bats that one out of bounds. So Fort Scott looking for their second one on the season, 1 and 2. They come in to Nellis Hall. Five on the shot clock. I don't think they recognize it. That's a shot clock violation. And Coffeyville will take over on possession. So Jay Herkelman got to be pretty pleased with his defense on that possession. And from these last 2 possessions, getting the steal and the hoop and the shot clock violation.
And, you know, look, there's no excuse for that other than not looking, not communicating, just not paying attention altogether.
Off mark. Hill collects it, can't get it to go, and Coffeyville able to save it from going out of bounds. A little out of control. Keon Queen gets another offensive rebound and fouled. It looks like he got hit around the forehead eye area, and he'll shake it off. So that's a foul on the floor on Dontrell Williams. To the hoop and scores. Nice bucket by Marvin Johnson, the 6'6", out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Now another full-court press. Almost a turnover. Cross-court pass and a turnover. Casey Benton gets fouled. Now we'll see Jaden Davis check into the ball game. And Dontrell Sanders will head to the bench. So 15-10 left in the first half. Coffeyville has the early 7-3. Nice move to the hoop. Finish from Casey Benton. And now a turnover. And a lot of subs coming in for Jay Herkelman's team. He'll swap fives. And we'll see a timeout from Fort Scott. So, Tanner, what have you seen thus far from both teams? A lot of intensity, a lot of turnovers, and Coffeyville's made the most of them.
You know what I'm noticing a lot is the last game that I commentated with you, we were playing a less competitive team. You can definitely tell Fort Scott's here to play. They're here to try to take on the W just like Coffeyville is. And I think we're going to see more of the same tonight, but only time will tell.
Yeah, Coffeyville first time not playing a JV team. They played Ottawa JV. And what was the first JV team we played?
Oh, man.
Friends?
No. Shoot. I'll remember.
I kind of, yeah, we'll remember it early on. But really doesn't matter. It was not much of a contest. They put up 130-some points. And this is the first time we're playing a real live team, not a JV team. So it's going to be a lot more competitive team. A lot more people on the bench for Fort Scott that can play.
We're not playing 2K in rookie mode anymore.
That's one way to put it. And a turnover from Anthony Jones. Left it a little high for Cedric Rowland. So 14:30 left to play. Tyler's in with their only 3 points. Came off a long three, and now trying to go under work. Passing out to Jaden Davis, and with 10 on the shot clock, got to move the ball quickly. They didn't recognize it last time. To the hoop, off mark. It'll go to the Red Ravens.
That was a good look by him to go and try to make that drive. He's just not a big enough guy to take that hit.
Yeah, you can tell you that the size of Cedric Rowland kind of altered the shot and allowed it to be a tough angle to score that basket. That's what size will do. Inside, a hoop, and a blocking foul. Quan Marshall, 6'2" freshman out of Little Rock, Arkansas, will have a chance at a three-point play. And Fort Scott find themselves trailing. Better not let this get away from them. Down 8. Coffeyville with a little two-guard set with Malik and Quan Marshall out there. And a steal.
Good pass.
Gives it off to Keith. Right hand, good. Off the fast break. It's a 10-point ball game.
That was a good play. Nice bounce pass to a Red Raven player, able to come down the court.
Nice way to break the press. Off mark by Jaden Davis. Marshall with a jumper. That's way long. Again, Tyler Zinn with their only 3 points from that long three have had tough looks to score here tonight. And going back to that three from Tyler Zinn, he kind of off balanced and then still able to make it. And tough way to defend, but that's their only 3 points. 5 on the shot clock. To the hoop. Again, the size of Jackson Miller kind of altering that shot. Anthony Jones, long three. Way long. Turnover, Quan Marshall. Nice give off, and that's 2 points for Cedric Rowland. 12-point ball game here. 12 minutes left to play. And man, this scrappy defense from the Red Ravens causing a whole bunch of turnovers. And we're going to see a foul on Cedric Rowland with a push. So 11:49 left. Fort Scott with 5 fouls. Coffeyville with only 2. 15 on the shot clock for the Greyhounds. Working up top. Long three from Jaden Davis. And out of bounds, and Coffeyville will get the ball back. And Jones, Keith up top. $15 on the shot clock. Lee Keith off to Marshall. Yes. Juan Marshall. From the pass from Malik Keith, or Anthony Jones, and a steal. And a foul. Quan Marshall again will have a shot at 2 free throws. And Tanner, you talk about intensity to start this game. Have you seen it thus far?
I'm seeing a lot of it from the Ravens here. We're finding out they're a very good team at taking the ball away from the other team.
Yeah, tons of turnovers here thus far, and Coffeyville will definitely have to make their free throws.
They have their full court press now. It's almost near perfection so far.
It's done a lot of damage. Can't make a free throw from Marshall. He made a 3. Could not capitalize on the 2 free throws. 10:50 left. Fort Scott just trying to get something in the middle. A nice drive, floater, in and out. Jackson Miller picks it up.
Oh,
Malik Keith.
man.
Cedric will get fouled, but Malik Keith with the handles.
Somebody better go get that banana peel off the floor.
I don't think that was a banana peel. He slipped on. So Fort Scott will take a timeout on the floor. I believe that's their second. With 10:23 left, and we've seen a lot of hustle plays from Coffeyville. Taking the ball away from Fort Scott and able to capitalize. And the only thing Coffeyville has not done here tonight is make free throws.
Oh, we got a break here. Let's give a shout out to our band over there.
Yeah.
Excellent playing. Good director. After the game, the last time I called with you, Logan, somebody was on the guitar just shredding over there.
Yeah, our band last year was a little bit smaller, and we're trying to revamp it. And like you said, Tanner, it looks good over there, and they got those nice red T-shirts. And we'll see Cedric rolling at the line. Again, free throws from the Red Ravens, a killer thus far. Cedric hits one of the two. Coffeyville with only 2 free throws made here tonight. 10:20 left.
Ooh, and not quite. But they did get the jump ball.
Again, Coffeyville battling for that ball. (19-3). Coffeyville with only 2 fouls, and Fort Scott with 7. And an almost turnover. Jaden Davis able to save it for the Greyhounds, and they'll have 15 on the shot clock. Nice jumper. That's way off the mark. Anthony Jones, Marshall, now Malik Keith for 3. Yes! Malik Keith from that corner. Now let's see if the Greyhounds can break this press. And another steal.
The Ravens are chanting, rock chalk, give me that rock. Ah,
Anthony Jones with a little bit too much flash. As he saw Jackson Miller as a good look. Just the pass was a little bit too high and maybe a little too flashy. And now it's a turnover. Coffeyville only allowing 3 points. And that was from Tyler Zinn from a deep 3. Coffeyville holds a 19-point advantage. Again, I'm Logan Mance alongside Tanner Glenn. And we're seeing a lot of hustle from these Red Ravens. They've been sliding all over the floor and taking the ball away from the Greyhounds, and that's been the story thus far early on in this ball game. Again, the clock on your screen is not working. We'll keep you updated. 9:34 left in this first half.
Logan, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually surprised Fort Scott's only scored 3 points this far.
Yeah, they just really have not had many clean looks at the basket. And when they had clean looks, you saw defenders right there. Jackson Miller, he kind of got his hand up and made it a tough shot for the Greyhounds to make a layup, and Cedric Rollins made it a tough time for them to get in there and score a layup. And they might have to rely on jump shots and floaters. That might be their best look at scoring the basket here tonight, as the size of Coffeyville really showing it here tonight. And Fort Scott will get another shot at putting up their 5th or 6th point. Inside. Again, off mark. Keon Queen cleans it up. Travis Washington on the break. And Casey Benton either stepped on the inline or traveled. I think he stepped out of bounds. Fort Scott trying to not let this ball game get ahead of themselves. A nice spin move from Jan. And Fort Scott showing a little bit of a soft press. Coffeyville able to bring it up easily. In a zone, in a 2-3. Benton. Yes, that's good from Casey Benton. And extends the lead to 20 points. 8:25 left to play.
It's impressive thus far how if the Ravens can't get in the lane and get a shot off, that they're able to shoot well from range.
Yeah, able to break this zone defense and get a nice accurate shot, like you said. And a little bit of stoppage play. I believe to get the shot clock correct. We've had a little bit of trouble early on in this game with the shot clock and getting it right. A nice steal on the open floor. Right hand good from Marvin Johnson. Almost another one. Marvin Johnson got his hands up there. And a turnover. Again, Marvin Johnson, and they'll just elect a foul. Dual Jiang picks up the foul. Now Marvin Johnson back there at the line. He knocks in the 1-and-1. Have a second shot at it. $7:55 left to play in the first half. Coffeyville finally makes 2 of 2 on their free throws. Again, just trying to break this press has been the issue for the Fort Scott Scotties, or Fort Scott Greyhounds. Getting that mixed up with Highland, and to the hoop is Travis Washington, tipped in by Keon Queen. Travis was looking for the foul. As we just had a football game last Saturday against Highland Scotties, and that's where I kind of got mixed up. Kind of slipped out of my mouth, and no, we're playing Fort Scott Greyhounds. Now 7:25 left to play in the first half. 15 on the shot clock, a long three, yes. That's good. From Marshawn Williams, the 5'9" freshman out of Chicago, Illinois, has to step out deep for that three to go down. Marvin Johnson all the way to the hoop.
Ooh.
Tip in. Good.
Nice work there. Lots of contestation.
Nice job by Johnson to stay aggressive at the rim, and Bout just got another turnover. .6:49 left. Coffeyville again with the early advantage. And that's a 10-second violation.
Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's Ravens balls.
6:40 left. Inside to Keon Queen. He'll go to work.
Oh.
And he'll get hit with the offensive foul. Coffeyville will adjust their third foul. As this first half has been solely dominated by the Red Ravens. Fort Scott looking to put together the 6:20 left, and that turnover will not help them. Left it a little bit long for A.J. Rope.
And what's so impressive, Logan, about only having 3 fouls is they've had multiple steals.
Yeah, multiple chances of diving on the floor, and now we'll see a foul on the floor. And it looks like they'll count the basket. So they are shooting 1. Getting free throws. Not look good from the Red Ravens. But everything else has been up to par for Jay Harkelman's defense and offense. Fort Scott trying to get above double digits. 10 on the shot clock. They'll have to go to work. Corner shot, yes. Marshawn Williams again. Stepped out and make that long 3, and then makes a layup, and now Coffeyville. Travel, and it looks like they'll give Casey Ben the extra step as he stepped in to shoot that ball. Another long 3.
Good.
And Marshawn Williams has been the hot spot for the Greyhounds thus far. 8 points. Inside to Joshua Williams. Finds Keon Queen from the short corner shot. Off mark. Williams picks it up. Stolen away. And an open field dunk by Marvin Johnson.
And just because he can, boys and girls.
4:50 left in the first half. Coffeyville trying to run away with this here early on. 12 on the shot clock. Williams to the hoop.
Oh, with a
swatted
block.
away. And a handoff to Johnson for the open dunk. Quick 2 dunks by Marvin Johnson on the break. And that's a little too much hand action.
I think he was going for a third there.
I don't think he's going to get away with that. Too much contact.
Good hustle by him, though.
So 4:22 left in the first half. Coffeyville with a 26-point advantage. Greyhounds trying to get something started on offense, and this defense from Coffeyville has just been too aggravating. Keith off target. And an over back call by A.J. Webster. Fort Scott's got 9 fouls and Coffeyville's got 5. Tyler's in up top. Now they got 10 on the shot clock. And a little too much movement, and they will give the traveling violation on Duell Ginge. 3:25 left to play in the first half. Coffeyville trying to extend their lead. Jones open. Yes. They like that spot by Jay Horkelman's name on the court. I believe a 3 from 3 from that exact spot. As we mentioned, Jay Horkelman with 576 wins, and that's something that you can put your name on the court. And here at Nels Hall, we got Jay Horkelman court. So 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Fort Scott just trying to hang in there until the second half and maybe make some adjustments. Ten on the shot clock, a nice floater, and gets that extra bounce from George Brocato. Gonna travel inside. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say exactly what you said.
2:25.
As this first half is winding down, it looks like they're easing up on their full court press just a little bit.
Well, normally they do the full court press after a basket, and there was a traveling violation, so Red Ravens didn't normally come out with that. Jones cleans it up on the glass. Inside, some contact. Rowland spins around and finds the glass to make it 44 points for the Red Ravens. In a wild pass, it looked like he was throwing it to a crowd member. Malik Keith will take it up top for the Red Ravens. Open long three. Leaves it short. Saving the turnover was Tyler Zinn. 1:20 left to play. Cedric Rowland trying to play some defense. A nice pass and a finish. The finish by Donnie Flowers. Went up there with the left hand and dunked it home. Nice find from A.J. Webster. That's a foul and a chance at an and one.
That's what we like to see. You see the open look, the guy goes for a shot, gets fouled, makes a basket, gets a chance to get an and one here.
Yeah, A.J. Webster found the soft spot in the zone. A nice pass, a nice feed, and all he had to do for the 6'8" freshman to go up strong and make the basket and Just the free throws have not been there for the Red Ravens. So under a minute to play. .15 on the shot clock.
Oh, getting sloppy on the fourth.
Yeah, a lot of sloppy passes from the Greyhounds, but Coffeyville bails them out with a foul. .29 lead. Coffeyville will likely have one possession left, as there's 30 on the shot clock and 36 seconds left in the game. So 6-second difference.
And he was able to complete the free throw there.
Dual Jing at the line. And he's from Lincoln, Nebraska, able to get both free throws. And now Coffeyville, we'll see what they do. They want to stall and let the clock run out and work something late or score quickly. 15 on the shot clock to the hoop. Tough angle. A foul. Quan Marshall. Quan Marshall good on the first. Have a second one on the way. 18 seconds left. The Greyhounds will have one possession left to see if they can score. And then a half. They'll have to break the press. Coffeyville coming off a made field goal or free throws and will press.
Can they score over 20 this half?
They'll have 5 seconds. Tyler Zen will have to work quickly. Stolen away. Quan Marshall heaves it, and that will send us to halftime. Coffeyville up 48-19. I'm Logan Mance alongside Taryn Glenn. We'll take a little halftime break, come back with some stats, and we'll see you then on Red Raven TV. back here. Now saw him, Logan Mance alongside Tara Glenn, going over some stats here. Starting with Fort Scott, 7 of 20 shooting, 35%. Leading scorers Marshawn Williams with 8 points on one field goal attempt and 2 3-pointers. Fort Scott is 3 of 6 from the 3-point arc and only 2 free throws, and they made both of them. And the big stat on their end is 19 turnovers, so they got 19 points and 19 turnovers. Not a good look for them. And for Coffeyville, Marvin Johnson, leading scorer, 12 points. In Coffeyville, 4 of 11 shooting from the 3-point arc, 19 of 34 from field goal. And free throws, 6 of 13. Largest run for the Coffeyville Red Ravens is 22-3. Fort Scott's had their own 5-0. And Tanner starting this game up. What does Fort Scott maybe need to pick up on to maybe slide back in this game, make it a little closer ball game?
Well, Logan, one thing I'm seeing here on their stat sheet is that Coffeyville has scored 25 points off of turnovers. And, you know, that's over half of Coffeyville points have been scored off of turnovers. So, hey, man, I guess they got to quit turning the ball over.
And with this Coffeyville press, not an easy task, I mean. And it's going to be difficult for them to come into the second half. They might need a 22-3 run like Coffeyville's had, and that's Tyler's into the hoop.
And that's going to be difficult to do for them. Like you said, the lockdown defense Coffeyville has is difficult to get by.
Coffeyville working against the zone, 15 on the shot clock. Inside, Jones will get hacked and go to the line.
You know, their zone there, they're trying to force Coffeyville to take an outside the arc shot, but they're able to sneak one in, get a foul. But
so Joshua Hill at the line for 2. As you can see, Coffeyville trying to work the ball inside to Joshua Hill. Has 2 guys at his side. And he'll come up with the foul, and then he'll have a second free throw shot. That'll go down for Joshua Hill. They break the press this time. All the way to the hoop.
Nice
Goes against
drive.
some trees.
Good drive, kind of connect. One of our Coffeyville player almost took out the dance team.
And that's a tough shot from Marshawn Williams going against the taller Keon Queen. Trying to get a foul call. Inside, nice look. Gets swatted away by Travis Washington from the backside. Inside, Johnson. Nice floater game. And now 18:30 left in the second half. Coffeyville working against the zone. Has had some success. 15 on the shot clock. Nice bounce pass, corner 3. Off mark. Keon Queen. I don't think he realized how much time was on the shot clock, and he got up a shot faster than he thought. And he realized he had more time.
I don't know if that first rebound counted as a offensive rebound or as a pass because he overshot the goal.
Yeah, it was a very long shot. I think it hit the back side of the backboard. So I think they'll put up the rebound for him.
You know, Logan, we're 3 for 3 on free throws this half. It looks like Coach Herkelman got after him on not making any of them free throws.
That was the one thing we kind of hinted on going into halftime they needed to fix because they were 6 of 13. That's 5 points, or 7 points, if I could do math. They left on the floor. But Keon Queen with 8 points. Nice pull-up three-pointer.
Nope, out of bounds.
A tough break for Fort Scott, and you think if they want to get back in this ball game, they need to get more possessions, and they could have got one there, but unfortunate, stepping on the baseline, out of bounds. Coffeyville trying to work the ball quick against this zone. Nice pass. Getting a little too much mustard on it from Travis Washington. $17:30 left to play in the second half. Williams working up top, now driving baseline. Tries to fit it in a window. It's a turnover. Casey Benton going the other way on the break. Nice Euro step, good. And now they want to run. Reverse layup, swatted away. Casey Bennett getting the layup. Coming back down, making the block. That's kind of the hustle you want to see. Casey Benton with 7 points. Tyler's in up top. Drive to the hoop. That's a two-pointer.
Nobody could tip it in.
Nice find to Tyler's in. Pump fake.
Oh.
And the size of Coffeyville is just too much under there. Turn around.
Three. Oh.
I think he thought the shot clock was winding down. Travis Washington using his speed. Nice third pass.
Oh, and a steal by the Forts.
Game moving along quick. Open three.
Wide open. Can't get it.
No. Out of bounds. It's been like a pinball out here. The way the ball is just bouncing back and forth, and each team cannot just get a grip on the ball. And
you know what? I think we have a different Fort Scott team out here this second half. But I can tell they're trying harder,
they've only scored 4 points, like you said, Tanner, but a little bit better defense and not turning over the ball as much.
Oh,
and a nice shot to make it 6 points. He's looking for a foul. And a foul on top. It's a little silly foul. He didn't move his feet and didn't get in front of Travis Washington. That kind of led to the foul.
Oh, and it's good from three-point range.
Casey Benton with 10 points. (15:22) left to play in the second half. Coffeyville's got a 31-point advantage. (32-point advantage. Math is hard. Inside, foul. Dwell Jing will go to the line. Coffeyville will send 5 new subs. So Jake Horkelman will swap out his lineup. So Cedric Rowland, Malik Keith, Anthony Jones, Jackson Miller, and Khalil Williams will check it all into the ball game for the Red Ravens. Malik Keith will take it up.
One advantage Coffeyville does have against the Greyhounds is they've got just 11 guys that can play. They've got 11 I do that, I think, every time I do. 11 phenomenal players.
They really do. And just about all of them can play at this level. A nice inside feed and a nice left-hand score by Donnie Flowers. Inside to Cedric. And he'll be fouled, and he'll get 2 shots at the line. And like you said, 11 players that can really play for this Coffeyville team. They got 3 guards that really can step in there. I look at Khalil Williams as a very phenomenal freshman coming in, and a sophomore leader as Malik Keith, and Travis Washington, another sophomore leader. So a lot of depth in there. And they got a lot of shot blocking. We've seen that thus far, and altering shots from Keon Queen. And you've seen Jackson Miller. He gets in there and blocks a couple of them. And from Casey Benton, the smaller wing player, able to get up high and block shots. That's Jing for a 3.
And Fort Scott is playing better the second half, but Coffeyville shows no signs of slowing down.
Open 3, yes.
And it's good.
Malik Keith knocks it down, wide open. Top of the key. Malik Keith's got 8 points. Second 3 of tonight. And Coffeyville, again, extending that lead to 30 points. 13:55 left to play in the second half. Coffeyville's only got 2 fouls, and Fort Scott's got 5. Fort Scott coming in the ball game 1 and 2. Like you said, Tanner, playing a little bit better here. But Coffeyville's size and speed and the deficit is just too much for them to handle.
30 points Coffeyville is leading by.
Fort Scott does have 17 points. Or 13 points here in the second half. They had 19 in the first half, so trying to do a little bit better, and they have. Jaden Davis checks in the ball game. Jackson Miller in there with a good defense. Open 3 for Jang. Yes, that's
good.
His second of tonight.
And the Fort Scott benches was excited after that one.
Jang's got 12 points. Inside to Roland.
Open 3.
A long 3. Tough shot. Inside, a nice finish from A.J. Rope. Putting the pressure on Coffeyville. Malik Keith. That's off. Fort Scott wants to run. Jaden Davis. Off mark. Roland will clean it up. Both teams really want to push the pace. Rolling inside. Nice feed to Miller. He'll get it to go.
You know, this Fort Scott team is really bringing the heat the second half. And Coffeyville's answering back with, hey, we had training camp in Miami this summer.
Davis. Inside. He did his work early and got the foul. And that's Donnie Flowers. He'll go to the line.
Now, Logan, should we take a moment to recognize some of our famous people in the audience today?
Jaden Davis from 3. And who is our famous player, famous people in the crowd?
Well, in the crowd here we have Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, not sitting on the same side of the court, though.
Anthony Jones for 3. So if I may ask, we're in Coffeyville, Kansas.
I heard they're just big fans of Coffeyville Red Ravens and Fort Scott Greyhounds basketball.
I'm going to have to disagree. So Coffeyville with 11:24 left, again up 67-40. Jane Davis hit that last 3 to narrow the deficit. But like you said, Fort Scott playing a little bit better, getting some more open rhythm threes and some buckets they weren't getting in the first half.
And the teams will return to the court.
Coffeyville is showing that press, and they'll kind of back off. Inside, floater. Lee Keith, pick it up. Inside to Miller. Nice job by Donnie Flowers to cut off the passing lane. Open 3, yes. They left him wide open in the corner, and Jones puts it home for his 9th point. Third 3 of tonight. Puts it back to a 30-point margin, and a quick turnover from Fort Scott.
This Coffeyville team in the second half has been very accurate from three-point range. In the first half, not too much so, but we are seeing this is a different 5 than what played most of the first half.
They're 4 of 11, and I believe they already have 4 threes in the second half. So Very right on that point. .10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second half. Coffeyville trying to get to that 100-point mark. And it looks like they're right on target. Williams goes against the tall Miller. Can't get it to go. Malik Keith now wants to push it on the fast break. Finds open Jones. He's been good on the threes, and now Khalil Williams will get the steal, and Tyler's in. Somehow comes back up with the ball, and he'll be fouled by, I believe, Malik Keith. Malik Keith's first foul tonight. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Tyler's in. Pull up, good. Nice shot from the corner. He's got 7 points. .9:45 inside to Roland. Loses the ball out of control. That's a turnover. And Erkelman signals to the bench. He's not too pleased. A new 5. And a media timeout. So 9:41 left to play. Coffeyville up 28 points.
During this media timeout, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. Eck Heating and Air. The building sure is nice and warm tonight, so we can thank them. Blair Edwards Construction. If you need something built, give them a call. Lay's Archery. If you like bows, we've got the arrows. Come and see us.
And did you mention Taco Bell?
And Taco Bell.
There you go. I think you got them all. So Tanner will get back to play. 9:40 left. 25 on the shot clock for Scott. Trying to narrow the deficit. Corner 3 from Jang, and that's way long. He's been good on his last 2 attempts. That one was a bit shy.
Ooh, an offensive foul? I don't know.
No, that's a defense. That's a blocking foul, and that will go against A.J. Rope. Fort Scott came in here tonight, kind of got off to a rough start, and you think that just made it hard for them in the second half. 5 on the shot clock, which they've played better. He'll have to get it off.
Ooh.
A lot of contact, and Benton is on the floor. Open 3 from Williams. Open 3 from Zen. That's good, but, man, they are letting them play here tonight because Casey Benton got blindsided. That was almost like a football collision, Tanner.
Yeah. For a second there, I was wondering where his pads were at.
So 8:43 left, and Ben will have to exit the ball game. Kind of shaken up. Hopefully no further implications. Kind of hit his head hard. That's where he's kind of grabbing. So we'll get back to action. Again, the refs really letting them play here tonight. 6 fouls between the both teams, but there's been a lot of contact from each ways. I'm not going to point because it's been on both teams. Travis Washington, nice pump fake. Pulls up. He's fouled and one opportunity. Donnie Flowers got him on the arm. And Travis Washington, sophomore point guard out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Got 4 points and trying to make it 5. Back to the press off the made basket. They'll have 3 seconds and they get it across. Nice pump fake, looking for an option. Gets blocked by the taller Keon Queen. They'll have 7 seconds and a turnover. 8 minutes left to play. Travis Washington from 3, that's short. Quan picks it up. Flowers to the other end. He'll score.
Good fast break by Fort Scott.
And that's something they've done well this second half, is get on fast break and not make it so much of a half-court offense type of game where they struggle with the height size of Coffeyville. Nice look-away pass, Williams.
Ooh. Way to draw the foul. Way to draw the foul.
Number 10, King. His second foul. At the line, Joshua Hill.
7:23 left to play. Fort Scott picks up their 8th team foul. That's Jang's 2nd foul.
Oh. 1 for 2 on that trip to the free throw line. Three ball, no good.
And a foul and a nice crossover by Quan Marshall. He'll have 2 attempts at the line.
And he won't connect on the free throw.
Nice pull-up game from Marshawn Williams. He's got an unofficial 13 points.
He's one of Fort Scott's leading scorers.
Tyler's into the hoop. Keon Queen just got him.
Number 22, Keon Queen. His second foul. At the line, Tyler Zick.
Tyler's in, shooting his second free throw at the line. He's got 9 points. Inside to Joshua Hill. Leaves it just a bit long.
And the drive. Can't connect for 2 points.
That's a 2-pointer if it goes. 5:50 left. Coffeyville. 22-point advantage in Fort Scott. Kind of narrowing the margin as Coffeyville did have a 30-point lead. And now they're cutting it down. And like we mentioned, this is kind of Coffeyville's first competitive matchup as they played Bethany JV and blew them out by 60-plus points. They scored over 130 points, something like that. Something not to keep track of. And then they played JV Ottawa and did just about the same thing. And now we're seeing a Fort Scott team come in here and play a little bit better than these JV teams and giving Coffeyville a bit of a game. Still making it interesting and somewhat. .2-point lead. 10 on the shot clock. Throwing up high
nice look inside
for Keon Queen. Tough to guard.
Oh, and Coffeyville will get the ball back. Nope, there's a foul.
Keon Queen with 10 points.
Foul on number 13, Marshawn Williams. His second foul.
And this late in the ball game, Coach Cook for the Fort Scott Greyhounds going to use this as a teaching moment, grabbing his player Marshawn Williams, the freshman, and telling him what to do. That's what you kind of do in these late ball games when you're down this much. Use it as learning tools and build for the next game. Coffeyville on November 11th will take on Allen County in Iola, Kansas. And the women will also take on Allen County at 2 p.m. But the women will play November 8th, this is a Wednesday, against NEO at 5:30 in Miami, Oklahoma. Not a bad drive for Coffeyville fans to make. And the men will play NOC Ednon, also November 8th. Up high to Keon Queen, and that gets batted away. And then interesting, that Coffeyville plays Independence November 15th at Independence. So playing them early on in the season will be a tough game for the Red Ravens.
And that's Coffeyville's biggest rival.
Tyler's into the hoop. Avoids the deflection. got 11 points. Tyler Zinn. 4:10 left to play.
At the line, Joshua Hill.
An interesting note, Tanner, that Tyler Zinn and Jaden Davis for Fort Scott both played at my high school at Olathe South. So I got to watch him play for 4 years, or Tyler Zinn for 3 years, I believe, and then he transferred, but both played for my high school.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So 4 minutes left to play. Coffeyville still wants to run, still wants to extend this lead.
Well, number 1, Malik Keith, his second down.
And this is such a tough task for the Greyhounds to come in to Nellis Hall and give the Red Ravens a loss, as Jared Holcomb is so good on his home floor, getting in his 23rd season. Travis Washington out. Yes.
Ooh.
Man, that was from another planet. NBA range for Travis Washington.
I thought it was Stephen Curry for a minute, but no, it was T.J. Washington.
Now on number 3, James Davis for Fort Scott. At the line, Marvin Johnson.
And Travis Washington has had a quiet 8 points. It's unofficial, but been quiet here tonight for the Red Ravens. Done a lot of passing and orchestrating this high-powered offense. He'll take a seat. See Devontae Robinson, Quan Marshall checking the game, and A.J. Webster. And Khalil Williams. Coffeyville back to 30 points. Let's see if Tyler Zinn can get it to go. 3 minutes. Left to play.
For 3.
Malik Keith picks up the loose ball. He knows what to do with it. Put it in. Malik Keith's got, again, an unofficial 10 points. Might have more than that. And
Going to be a traveling call on the court.
we'll see Zedrick Lee come in, get some playing time. Again, he's probably around the third or fourth guard on Coffeyville's team still can play with the best of them. Lee open. Yes. Zedrick Lee. They left him wide open. Puts it home for 3. Coffeyville now at 89. That was definitely from Steph Curry range for Khalil Williams.
So on number 30, Quan Richardson gets third down. At the line, Devontae Robinson.
Devontae Robinson will go to the line for 2 shots.
Can't connect on the first one.
And Devontae Robinson from Fort Scott.
And he was moving, so it's going to be a defensive foul.
His first foul.
And a lot of late fouls, and we're seeing 2 players get into it. And a lot of emotions going on. Both coaches do not want to go into any extracurricular activity.
Both are very unhappy. The Fort Scott coach is like, I think he said, hey, get over here now.
And obviously, Jay Herkelman not pleased with what just transpired. Nothing too much but a technical foul, and the refs will get together and try to figure out this. Fort Scott, high emotions with how they've played and probably not too happy what they've seen on the scoreboard, and just a little tempers flaring. Not too much to look into.
And you know what happens? You're out on the court. You're excited. Your juices are flowing. You're just trying to outplay the other guy. And somebody brushes you wrong, bumps you kind of, you know. Things happen.
And Tanner's has been a really physical game. We saw Benton get blindsided and took a huge fall, and almost like a football play.
Yeah.
And we've seen it from both ends. That's just one play in particular.
There's an unintentional elbow that a Fort Scott player got.
So 1:05 left, and both refs talking to each coach, trying to figure out what the deal is and what both teams will. Looks like Anthony Jones will check in for someone. Zedrick Lee will shoot the technical free throws.
Good. And that rolls the score for the Ravens to 90.
So it looked like they called the double technical, obviously.
That's a fair call.
This is DeMar Jones.
Oh, man.
Coffeyville got the best of him on the technical. So a minute 05 left again.
Pulled up with the shot, no good.
And Jackson Miller has been a good key for this Red Raven team. He does a lot of little stuff. Makes
Ooh.
a lot of hard shots. Pulls down a lot of rebounds. So a guy you're not going to see a lot in the stat line, but does a lot of hustle plays. Jackson Miller.
I'm not going to lie to you, Logan. I'm happy that Fort Scott player made both those free throws.
.30 seconds left. Jones wants the three. Yes.
And it's good.
He's been money from the three-point arc. That makes it 4 threes tonight for Anthony Jones. Shot clock dead and time will expire.
And it looks like the final score is going to be Red Ravens 94, Greyhounds 59. And Logan, I think the problem with the Greyhounds tonight was their inability to make any connection in the basket and their excessive amount of turnovers.
It's been a rough night for the Greyhounds. As we'll say goodnight, I'm Logan Nance alongside Tanner Glenn. Watch the Red Ravens win here on Red Raven TV.